What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of FORNEVERNEWS! In today's episode, we've got some stories to talk about. In case you aren't subscribed, you definitely should do so. Subscribe down there, hit the bell to get all notifications. That way you'll always be notified and get the FORNEVERNEWS. I got all the scoop. Definitely subscribe, hit that bell, and enjoy. Okay, people, so for starters, we got the weekly Shonen Jump author comments from last week. We didn't cover them in the last episode. However, I got them now, and we're going to take a look. Following that, we have a story. Very, very sad, very tragic. The passing of a very iconic, legendary mangaka that, to my knowledge, was still going up until this point. Very sad stuff, so we're going to take a look at that one. We got a small update for the Jujutsu Kaisen manga. We got a ton of sales updates for a bunch of different series, including Blue Box, Mashle, Dandadan, Blue Lock. Like, yeah, we're going to take a look at all of them. We got a few pieces of Boruto news, one of which is a bunch of like synopses for the upcoming episodes, but also something regarding the original creator of Boruto, or the original author, Ukyo Kodachi, before he was replaced around chapter 53. Well, he recently spoke out on Twitter about a couple of different things, his inspiration for while he was writing Boruto, but also something that I did not know, and I don't think you knew either, regarding certain characters in Boruto and something to do with Masashi Kishimoto. So we're gonna take a look at that one because it kind of caught my interest, and if I find the nitty gritty, even if I gotta, search and scour the interwebs of the interwebs to get it for you guys, I got it for you. We got a new trailer for the upcoming anime Orient from the creator of Magi, Shinobu Otaka. Just a small little Dragon Ball, I don't even want to call it news, but I found the cover for the upcoming issue of Saikyo Jump, and I was like, yeah, I want to show this to you guys. Iconic Demon Slayer news that you're not going to believe this, in terms of it goes with the whole 21st century. You're going to be like, really? Like, yes, really. We've got the weekly Shonen magazine author comments. We got the top 20 selling manga series of the month of September. Small update on a Platinum End X Hikaru no Go collab. We got the top 50 best-selling manga plus the Jump volume. Small update on the Seven Deadly Sins anime, in particular with the film that recently was released. Big update for the My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission movie in terms of the West, and yeah, I'm gonna give you guys the scoop. Small update about Black Clover in Times Square. Yeah, New York Times Square. Yeah. Big story regarding a politician that is a big fan of Demon Slayer, and he's making promises that he probably won't keep, but we'll talk about it in terms of helping out the anime industry and animators as a whole. Very, very touching story, and very, very big story in my opinion, regarding a little boy that saved people from a fire, and it was due to Fire Force. We'll talk about it. We got a new Fist of the North Star spin-off manga coming. A bunch of Baki tributes that were created by a lot of different mangakas, some of which I'm sure you're going to be familiar with. We got a sales chart for One Piece and the evolution of it, and kind of a very telling thing regarding something, I want to say it's somewhat negative, but it could also be different variables, but we'll talk about it regarding Wano. And an update, which we only got 1 or 2 months left in the fiscal year for, manga and Shonen Jump and all of these companies, Shueisha, Kodansha, and all that jazz. But in terms of the highest selling manga of 2021, with only a couple of months to go, this is pretty big, and it's going to give an idea of who are going to be the top dogs of the year, but we'll get into it. And yeah, people, a ton of stories for this episode. Without further ado, let's jump into another exciting episode of FORNEVERNEWS! The only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related, and we don't bore you. We get into it. Let's do it.
No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
Okay, people, first up on the agenda, the weekly Shonen Jump author comments. Let's take a look. We got Richiro Inagaki from Dr. Stone. I had a big meeting with all the science consultants. So many difficult words were flying around online that my head hurt. Yeah, well, they're going into the climax now, so there's going to be a lot of science in the finale. Then we got My Hero Academia, Kohei Horikoshi said, they're going to make a life-size bust statue. Wow, I plan to buy it. Dope stuff. Gege Akutami, author of Jujutsu Kaisen, said, 2 chapters ago, when Kogane showed info on the players, it said that Ichidori was already in the Tokyo number 2 colony. That was an error. Okay, so I've noticed that's become more of a thing, and I don't know, maybe this always was a thing and I just wasn't paying attention, that authors lately have been in the author comments kind of clearing up little errors or, you know, things that will conflict with things in the story. So there's something there. Then the elusive samurai Yusei Matsui said, I have no talent when it comes to picking the right cashier. No matter where I line up, the other lines go faster. I have that same problem and I hate it. We got the Hunters Guild Red Hood Yuki Kawaguchi. My vacuum cleaner that's only 3 months old already has a dead battery. Help. Don't buy no cheap stuff. I'm just saying, you probably bought something cheap. Stop being cheap. Eiichiro Oda, creator One Piece, said, thank you so much for the support and kind words for my 100th volume. I'll keep working even harder. Legend. You're gonna keep working harder 20 something years later. Legend. Yuto Suzuki, author of Sakamoto Days. I really like Red Bull. It makes me feel awake. I like the taste too. That shit could get addicting though. I'm just saying. Me, I remember I used to be drinking the giant Red Bulls. I'd have like 2 or 3 a day. I'd be there buzzed up and then wondering, why can't I get to sleep? Stop drinking Red Bull. The author Mapolo 3 from the series PPPPP said, there was already an error in chapter 1. I'm sorry, forgive me. I'll never do it again. Probably. Damn, you making errors in the first chapter? Yikes. Author of Black Clover, Yuki Tabata. My daughter is saying "Nini Nene" to my assistants and sitting in their laps like she's an idol. Oh, that's adorable. I love, you know, I don't really understand the context necessarily of what that is, but, you know, any bonding moments with your child as they're getting older is dope, and she's being raised with a goat, fam. Author of Mashle, Hajime Komodo. Who's the person who figured out frying potatoes is so good? Thank you, whoever you were. I love potatoes. I feel like in a past life or down my lineage or something, I had like a massive potato farm or something. Like, I love French fries. I love potatoes are my thing, okay? Author of Undead Unluck, Yoshifumi Tozuka, said, we suddenly need to add a lot of sensor bars again. My assistants are starting to figure out the right size. Makes me happy. Probably Shonen Jump is getting a lot of younger readers coming in, and that's why they're doing it. I don't know, but okay. And yeah, people, those were the weekly Shonen Jump author comments again from last week, because starting tomorrow there will be a whole new set of them, but I did want to cover them because I have fun doing it, and I know you guys like them as well. Okay, people, next up, some very, very unfortunate and sad news regarding the creator of Gogol 13. He recently passed away. Now, the gentleman was very up there in age, so it's not something that is like, you know, he was young or whatnot, but it's still a very, very major, sad, and tragic loss. Losing life was just sad, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because it was just recently, I remember that it was like a landmark that it's almost poetic if you think about it. Like, he was waiting to grab this record. I want to say it was like the longest manga running or something. Like, they had just surpassed Kochikame. It's just really sad, I ain't gonna lie. Like, according to this, it says, sad news out of Japan. Takao Saito, creator of the record-setting, longest-running ongoing manga series Gogol 13, has passed away at 84. Saito created the character in 1968 and continued to draw it until his passing. R.I.P. of course. And then there was also something here to note, which was interesting. It said, Gogol 13 creator Takao Saito has passed away on September 24th, 2021. He was 84 years old. And it has been confirmed that Gogol 13 will be continued by his assistants and the big comic magazine editorial as Saito had wished for. So they're going to keep on going with Gogol 13, which, hey, if that's what he wanted, if that was his, you know, wishes, honor them. Do it. Continue it. If that's what Kentaro Miura and Berserk wanted, honor him. Do it. I know sometimes with the fans, it's like a mixed bag of feelings and all different sides of the spectrum, but hey, if that's what they wanted, you know, honor it, man. That's something, you know, Gogol 13 is record setting. It just, you know, took the record from Kochikame. Yeah, and R.I.P. to him. My condolences go out to him, his family, his fans, everyone involved. Really sad stuff. Always sad to lose these. These are legends, and we've been losing a lot of people in the last few years. Rest in peace. Next up, small update for Jujutsu Kaisen. According to the unofficial Weekly Shonen Jump, it says Jujutsu Kaisen will be on break next week in Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 45, and the series will resume in issue number 46 as scheduled. So no Jujutsu Kaisen next week. Not like we still have one more chapter coming then the next day, or probably has already been leaked out or whatever. But yeah, there's a chapter now. Next week, no chapter. Gege Akutami deserves the rest just like the rest of them. Everybody's gotten a break. Kohei Horikoshi, Tabata, Oda, yeah, Gege needs their break, especially, you know, they had that big hiatus recently due to not being able to catch up and all of that jazz. Let Gege get a break, let them relax a little bit and come back stronger, because the Culling Games is going to be massive, and I can only imagine what this chapter this week is going to be. If they're going on break, it's probably going to be a big one. Next up, let's run through some total sales so far for a few different series. For starters, we got Blue Box, which is, I guess, the romance series of Shonen Jump right now, you would argue. I think it's a sports romance, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of people have said some good things about it. It says Blue Box has reached 350,000 copies in circulation. I'm not sure how many volumes there are. I want to say there's probably 2, might be 3, but definitely 2. 350,000, not bad at all, especially in comparison to some of its contemporaries right now, at the very least, that ain't selling like that. Shout outs to Blue Box, doing some numbers. Then we got Mashle, one of the series that is next up in Jump to blow up, although it's already halfway through, which is mind-boggling how short these Jump series are getting lately. Mashle has reached 2.5 million copies in circulation, so 2.5 million copies already in, what is it, like 8 volumes or something like that. Very, very big stuff. Again, Mashle is up next. This is almost double what Undead Unluck has done. And Undead Unluck, I think, was around a little bit longer than Mashle. Not to slight Undead Unluck, because I've heard nothing but great things about Undead Unluck, even though I'm not caught up. But yeah, Mashle selling big numbers. It's next up. It probably will grab the One Punch Man audience. I'm calling it. Then Blue Lock. That has been confirmed to have 5.3 million copies in circulation. This is going to be the next sports anime, the next big one. I'm calling it as well. This is going to be the replacement. Haikyuu just ended. There's a massive void right now for a popular sports series. Blue Lock is going to take it, especially when the anime comes out. I at the very least got to do a first impression, but I probably will follow this one, because last couple of years I've just been really entrenched in seasonal anime, minus the summer 2021, because it's been drier than freaking dry elbows or some, you know what I'm saying, ashy elbows. And then lastly, Dandadan has reached 420,000 copies in circulation, and I want to say it either just released or is about to release volume 2, so it did almost 500,000 copies in like 1 or 2 volumes. Amazing stuff. Dandadan is so freaking good. I gotta catch up. I'm behind a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. I got a lot of manga and anime on my plate, but I'm gonna catch up at 420,000. Let's go, baby. This could be the next to fill that void of where Chainsaw Man and them left off, seeing as how, I don't know, Chainsaw Man anime and manga just refused to come out. So yeah, and those were the sales for those particular series, all of them doing pretty damn well. Next up, we got a few pieces of Boruto news. For starters, we got some words from the original creator of the Boruto series, Ukyo Kodachi, not to be confused with the original creator of Naruto as a whole, Masashi Kishimoto. Y'all know it was around chapter 52-53 where Ukyo Kodachi was replaced by Masashi Kishimoto. He came back and took over the manga, and since then he's been, I want to say we even reported last week, if I'm not mistaken, last episode, that Ukyo Kodachi was even removed from the anime credits as well. However, fans were asking him questions, and some interesting insight came in. For starters, this was his inspiration behind writing Boruto, and My Hero Academia fans, you're gonna feel good about yourselves right now, because he said, "No, when I was worried that the script did not go well in the very early days of Boruto, the person in charge told me that I should hit something I wanted to convey, and I was advised to reread Hero Academia, and I was able to grasp something. I've been able to do it well, and I'm grateful to Hiro Aka ever since. I suddenly remembered. At that time, Hiro Aka got inside of me. Of course, I read other manga, but at that time, it was Hero Academia." So basically, early stages of Boruto were inspired by My Hero Academia, which I don't see how in the manga, I'll be honest with you, just because there wasn't much inclusion of like all of like, you know, if you're being inspired by My Hero Academia, you're going to be inspired by like, yo, all of 1A be involved in damn near everything, except in the manga, it was really, you know, they were kind of excluded. You see them once in a blue moon, but they're not really all that pivotal to things, so that's something to note. But hey, that was the inspiration early on. I don't necessarily think that was the inspiration once Kara came around. Maybe some of it was there, but yeah, I don't know. And then also something very big, which is crazy, because to this point, to my knowledge, we've never seen Masashi Kishimoto, original creator of Naruto, draw Kawaki. Kawaki has been the one character we have not seen him draw yet. I mean, there's probably others, and you know, especially some of the new generation, but in particular, somebody as pivotal as Kawaki, we haven't seen art by Masashi Kishimoto of Kawaki. But according to the original creator of Boruto, Ukyo Kodachi, he said basically both Boruto and Kawaki are Kishimoto's characters, of course. So I don't know if he's just meaning intellectual property wise, because technically, you know, Boruto is you know, under Naruto, and he's the original creator, so he's saying those are his characters. Or did Kishimoto create Kawaki. I really want to see Kishimoto's take on Kawaki. I think that would be so dope, especially considering if this was his character, you know what I'm saying? So shout outs to Ukyo Kodachi. Either way, I'm going to keep on singing his praises. Boruto right now, the huge moments that we're having right now, the huge moments we've had throughout this year, Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen, the Boro fight, the Kawaki versus Goro fight, none of them, even the setup for the latest episode, it was just that Kishimoto came in at the 9th hour and wrapped it up or whatever, but the Barya mode and all that stuff, Kodachi was writing this stuff, so shout outs to Kodachi. Always gonna sing this man's praises. I wish we would have appreciated you more when you were here. You know what they say, you don't know what you got till it's gone. Long live Kodachi. And while we're on the topic of Boruto, we got a couple of extra episode synopsis, spoilers, whatever you want to call it. For starters, we got preview text for episode 218 slated to air on October 3rd, so this Sunday. Top right corner, with Ishiki gone, peace seems to have been restored. However, a new threat emerges. Big black text. Momoshiki has taken control of Boruto's body again. Right blue text. Ishiki is gone thanks to Kawaki's efforts. Bottom text. Thanks to Kawaki and Sasuke's do or die actions, Boruto has regained control over his body. So that's going to be damn near probably the entire episode. So it's going to be a big episode. Then the other one, it says preview text for episode 219 slated to air on October 10th. Top text, Avenger. Middle text, Ishiki's soul appears in front of Code, telling him shocking words. Left box, the only inner survivor, Code, owner of the white karma who couldn't become a vessel, worships the Otsutsuki. You inherit the will of the Otsutsuki. I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, 219 is going to be one of the last episodes that is adapting stuff from the manga, and probably for a long time, because there's only, after that point, there's only going to be about like 6 chapters left. So yeah, enjoy 218 and 219, especially fans of the Boruto manga that wanted to see a lot of the stuff adapted. Enjoy these eps heavily. It'll be a long time until we return to that, because I believe we're going into the new Chunin exams, if I'm not mistaken, after this. But yeah, those were some of the Boruto episode spoilers, and in general, all of the Boruto knowledge I got for you this week, lads. Then next up, we have a new trailer for the upcoming Orient anime, a new PV trailer. I want to say it's like demonstrating or showcasing one of the main characters, which his design looks very much so inspired by like one of the finalists, I would say. It's like a cross between like Aladdin and one of the finalists from Magi. And I ain't gonna lie, the art looks really nice. The animation doesn't look out of this world or anything like that, but it looks pretty damn good. And overall, I'm just really excited to see what Shinobu Otaka been cooking up these last, 3 or 4 years since Magi ended. I want to say this debuted in like 2018. I remember reading the first couple chapters, and I actually got like the first 3 volumes. I need to crack them open, damn it. Stop buying manga, FORNEV, and then not reading it. What's wrong with you? But of the trailer, I'm seeing like a couple of different shots. It says 2022. I want to say it's debuting in January, if I'm not mistaken, and the 2 main characters are like back to back. It looks dope. I ain't gonna lie. New trailer. It shows that like I'm not expecting the animation itself to be the greatest in the world. I'm expecting like nice, pretty art. Maybe when things get serious, the animation will pick up. But yeah, either way, Orient, creator of Magi. If you've never heard of Magi and you're just going off my word, I'm telling you, keep an eye peeled for that. It might be something really, really good. Shinobu Otaka, incredible author. The Alma Tehran arc of Magi to this point is one of the most underappreciated, underrated, just very, very deep and complex stories out there in all of Shonen manga, period. Okay, people, next up, just something very small that I wanted to show you guys because I thought it looked dope. Y'all know I appreciate really nice art, and of Dragon Ball, why not? It says Super Dragon Ball Heroes Big Bang Mission by Yoshitaka Nagayama is on the cover of the upcoming Saikyo Jump issue, and it's a picture of Goku with a Kamehameha being formed and a bunch of Dragon Ball Heroes cards, and I really wish we got these magazines over here, fam. This looks so freaking cool. I would buy this whole magazine just for that cover, just to own that, because that looks so freaking dope. I'm being so serious right now. Like, this looks really, really cool, and Saikyo Jump and stepping it up, and I think they're in preparation for this whole Demon Slayer storm. They're trying to get those numbers up. Like, Demon Slayer, everything Demon Slayer is massive, and Saikyo Jump is banking on that, but I can't get over it. Like, this cover, it reminds me of like early 2000s, like, when you would get like a Beckett magazine, or I forget, was it called Beckett? I want to say it was Beckett. Like, it reminds me of that, and it just looks really, really dope. Next up, something very, very big for Demon Slayer. According to this, it says Demon Slayer's biggest anime broadcast of 21st century. Demon Slayer Mugen Train has aired for the first time on TV and managed to break yet again another record. On September 25th, Mugen Train was broadcasted on Japanese TV. More than 11 million households tuned in for the broadcast. The film recorded 21.1 6.4% audience ratings. With viewership reaching 11 million, Mugen Train became the most watched anime broadcast of the 21st century. Previously, the record was held by Detective Conan's broadcast. That is humongous. I keep on telling you guys, like, Demon Slayer, it really, I don't want to say I surpassed One Piece, because you got a long road ahead of you to surpass One Piece, but in terms of, like, that right now, that craze right now coming out of Jump, which is wild, because Demon Slayer already, we're, like, almost 2 years removed from it ending. Like, early next year, it already makes 2 years since the manga wrapped up or whatever, but if they brought a new Demon Slayer manga tomorrow to Jump and wanted to end One Piece, they can. Like, that's one of the things I've always looked at with One Piece, is why, too, they all continued to champion Oda and allow him to tell his story, is because he's been carrying that magazine for a really, really long time. They got a new dog that could carry the magazine as well, which, no slight to Oda by any means. Don't take these words the wrong way, One Piece fans. I'm with you. Oda, Goda, I get it. What I'm saying is that Demon Slayer, look what it's doing. The biggest broadcast, like, it only been around for a few freaking years. The manga came out like 2016, the anime 2018, and it's doing all of this. Craziness. Shout outs to Demon Slayer. Shout outs to Koyo Harugo Toge. You know it's inevitable that a new manga for Demon Slayer is coming. I'm sure even if they got to do a Demon Slayer next generation, whatever it is, that's getting more, because the success is undeniable. Okay, people, next up, the weekly Shonen magazine author comment. Okay, people, for starters, we got Ken Wakui, author of Tokyo Revengers. I've drawn so many color works. I can't wait to see what they'll be used for. They're used for pulling in that money. Tokyo Revengers killing it in sales, man. Like, oh, I love to see it. That's another demonstration of how successful Tokyo Revengers is, if they got them doing color pages out the wazoo. Then you got Hiro Mashima, creator of Eden Zero / Fairy Tail. I've started learning 3D artwork. It's super tough, but I'm having a ton of fun. He's working on his own video game. I'm calling it, and I'm gonna support that. When Hiro Mashima debuts his video game, produced and created and all that by him, I'm supporting it. I don't care. Shout outs to Hiro Mashima, one of the hardest working mangaka in existence. Then we got George Morikawa, author of Hajime no Ippo. I had traumas, but watched Maid and was healed. Okay, I need to watch Maid then to heal my trauma. Shout outs to Hajime no Ippo's creator, George Morikawa. Atsushi Okubo, creator of Fire Force. My birthday present from my staff became a beefy Dragon Quest gift. Oh god, Dragon Quest so good, man. That's what one of the things right now has been taking up my time of watching the Dragon Quest anime, because I fell massively behind. And oh, Dragon Quest. And I got the Dragon Quest mobile game, which I'm not going to talk too much about that, but Dragon Quest. Shout outs to Dragon Quest, man. What a gem. Then Nakaba Suzuki, author of the 7 Deadly Sins and 4 Nights of the Apocalypse, said, I like people, food, and drinks. And I'm really starting to worry, because this has been months and months and months, probably even going on a year, that I've been saying that Nakaba Suzuki talks about alcohol a lot. A lot. I'm just going to throw that out there. I wish him positive energy, healing energy, whatever he's going through, but he talks about alcohol a lot. And hey, maybe if he's just like a casual drinker that has a lot of fun with it, then so be it. But I just, I care about these people behind the manga, whatnot. I know that they work their asses off for our entertainment. I want to see him win. I don't want to see him going through some shit. So shout outs to Nakaba Suzuki, sending best wishes and positive vibes. And I just want to throw this in there because it's hilarious. The editor of Blue Lock said, Iwanabe popular, what? And yeah, people, those have been the weekly Shonen Magazine author comments. Interesting to say the least. Next up, we got the Oricon September Top 20 by series. So the top 20 selling series of September, and coming in at number 20, Attack on Titan. Let's see. Ooh, I like seeing JoJo's on there. Shout outs to JoJo's with 166. Kingdom, boom. Look Back, that's crazy. A volume of Look Back coming in at number 14. Really awesome stuff. Haikyuu, and by the way, going back to the Look Back thing, that is off of like, yo, we love your work so much from Chainsaw Man, we're gonna support everything. That's when you know you built a core fan base. Like, if you're doing things like this, you built a core fan base. It's not like Look Back is a spin-off or related to Chainsaw Man or anything like that. It's off the name Tatsuki Fujimoto. You've done good, fam. You've done very, very good. Number 9, Blue Lock, 250. Nice. Shumatsu no Valkyrie, aka Record of Ragnarok, 294 at number 7. Then Jujutsu Kaisen at number 6, 347,000, which we're going to talk about some numbers later on in this episode. Number 5, Kimetsu no Yaiba Demon Slayer, 516,000. 4, My Hero, 570. 3, Kaiju number 8. Let's just take a second to look at this. The sales for September, look at these numbers. Kaiju number 8, 771,000. Kaiju number 8 did more in September than My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Record of Ragnarok. Like, look back, all of these things, Haikyuu, all of these things. Kaiju number 8, Jump Plus title. When I'm right, I'm right. Number 2, the best piece, the One Piece, 2,094,000. And then number 1, it hits different when it's a Revenger of Tokyo. Tokyo Revengers, baby, almost 4 million, pretty much double what One Piece did. Shout out to Tokyo Revengers, the drip, and woo! It's gonna be a stiff competition at the end of the year to see who took the top spot for best-selling manga of 2021. Although I've seen the list and I have an idea of what it might be, but we'll get into it later in the episode, I promise. But yeah, really dope stuff. Top 20 selling series of September. Next up, just a small little piece now. In case you don't know, one of the creators of Death Note, he got a lot of works outside of Death Note. The both of them together, they got a few works together. They got Bakuman, they got Death Note, they got Platinum End. However, one of them, I want to say the artist, he got a little bit more works. He got a series like, Platinum End that's about to debut with the anime in the next few days. And then he also did Hikaru no Go, and in a collaboration special, because Hikaru no Go's 20th anniversary just recently happened, they did a Platinum End X Hikaru no Go collaboration illustration, and it looks cool. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know much about Hikaru no Go. I know a little bit about Platinum End, and I'd imagine that they would never in a billion years cross worlds, because they're just very different series. Like, one of them is about murder and all sorts of insanity, which, the more I think about it, I think Platinum End could really pop, because they got a lot of really dark and edgy stuff, and people tend to gravitate towards it. But yeah, just a cool illustration of both of them. And again, I don't ever think in a million years they would cross. Like, one is about like a game and the other one is about a deadly game. Okay, people, next up we got the top 50 selling manga series and the Shonen Jump volume. So for starters, let's just take a quick look at the Jump volumes. This was the final week of Oricon for September volumes, with only One Piece ranking, and in its 4th week, One Piece did 52,000, bringing its total to 1.7 million copies, with none of the other series again ranking. However, we got some of the numbers for the other ones. It says on its 4th week, Sakamoto Days sold 5.4 thousand, bringing it to 46,000, almost 50,000, not too bad. Witch Watch bringing in 3.8, bringing its total to 42,000 for the latest volume. Again, only 4 behind Sakamoto Days. And then Build King, High School Family, I Tell C have not ranked. Get them all out of here. I think High School Family is still in the magazine. Get it out of here. It's not doing well. It's doing very bad. And you've axed a lot of other stuff that we really loved for a lot less. Stop it. Stop it. But then, moseying on over to the top 50 selling manga of the week, manga volumes. Let's see. Okay, so a lot of different series that I'm not too familiar with. We got Ippo at number 41. With 30,000 this week, bringing it to 65,000. Then the 40 through 31, let's see, we got a bunch of Tokyo Revengers as per usual. From 39 through 32 is all Tokyo Revengers. A lot of par for the course stuff. Then 30 to 21, all completely Tokyo Revengers. I'm not even shocked anymore. No, I'm lying. Number 23, the Four Knights of the Apocalypse, the Seven Deadly Sins spin-off sequel, with another 36,000, and in 10 days bringing its total to 73,000. Now that the Seven Deadly Sins, all of the anime is out, I think they even released the final movie, which we'll talk about in a second, but now that it's all out, I gotta get into Four Knights of the Apocalypse once I wrap up with the Seven Deadly Sins, because now I can actually be caught up to date with one of his works, because Nakaba Suzuki, dope author. But yeah, a bunch of Tokyo Revengers, and then Four Knights of the Apocalypse at 23, and then 20 through 11, again, more Tokyo Revengers. It looks like the Storm is still going very strong. A couple of Cuckoos in 10 weeks, or in 10 days, doing 94,000. Dope stuff there. And then the top 10. At number 10, Jolien Volume 27, which, again, that might either be the last or the second to last volume, with another 51,000 this week, bringing its grand total to 125. Not bad at all. One Piece still hanging in the top 10 with 52,000 this week, bringing its total to 1.7 million. It'll hit 2 mil before it's out of the top 50 for sure. Then Kaiju number 8 in 24 days with another 52,000, bringing its total to 638,000. Yo, Kaiju, be on the lookout, man. I'm calling it. It's not as serious or as deadly, I'd say, but this is really the spiritual replacement to Attack on Titan in various different ways. I'm just saying. Then Shumatsu no Valkyrie at number 3, Record of Ragnarok, in 9 days at 201. Whoa, what the hell? It did 134,000. So wait a minute, you telling me? It must have been a shortage then. It must have been a print shortage. Because how you doing? Yeah, what the hell? You did about 60-something thousand last week, and then 134,000. That's probably a print shortage, bringing its total to 201,000. Great stuff. I'm not sure what that is. Uchu Kyodai, Volume 40, with 145,000. Art looks interesting. And then number one. Yet again, second week with this time 238,000. It did 400-something thousand in its first week, but 238,000, bringing its total to 673,000. Tokyo Revengers Volume 24. Yeah, big business when it comes to Tokyo Revengers. In fact, my niece and nephew just ordered their Halloween costumes. They wanted to do, like, they love anime. They're big anime heads. They've been raised with me or around me. They love anime to death. My niece is going to be Elizabeth from the Seven Deadly Sins. My nephew is going to be Mikey from Tokyo Revengers. I love it. I'm so proud. I'm so damn proud. Okay, people, next up, I just mentioned in the top 50 selling manga volumes of the week segment, but everything Seven Deadly Sins related in terms of anime is now available on Netflix, including the final film. The final film is finally there. It says The Seven Deadly Sins Cursed by Light is now streaming on Netflix. So now you can watch it all. I want to say this film, if I'm not mistaken, takes place at the end of the Seven Deadly Sins, after the story, like before Four Nights of the Apocalypse, but after the anime. Don't quote me on that, but I believe so. But either way, now it's all available. I gotta go and finish the Seven Deadly Sins. I started this a long time ago. I want to say it was like 2012, 2013 that I got into the series with the manga. I gotta go and finish this, and yeah, if I really enjoy it, I'll probably get into the Four Nights of the Apocalypse spin-off sequel as well. But yeah, Cursed by Light, now streaming on Netflix. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I'm going into it with expectations at the art and animation, not really for the film per se, Cursed by Light, because that probably is going to look alright, but in terms of the anime, the TV anime, I'm going into it with expectations that it's going to kind of be, you know, again, stagnant or whatever. But either way, I just want to finish this. I really love the Seven Deadly Sins. I love the cast, the characters, the story was dope. I gotta finish this. I gotta do it. If you're a fan of Seven Deadly Sins and you was waiting for that final film, Cursed by Light, now streaming on Netflix. Okay, people, next up, big news for My Hero Academia fans, in particular in the West, because this was a huge incentive even for me to go and pre-order my tickets, because it says here, Funimation unveils My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission anime film's English dub trailer and a manga booklet for theater goers. Funimation began streaming on Friday an English dub trailer for My Hero Academia, the movie World Heroes Mission, the third film in the franchise. The company also announced that theater goers will receive a 76-page My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission volume with specialty manga booklet featuring a special manga. The booklet will be available on opening weekend from October 29th to 31st, but not in Australia or New Zealand. And I swear to God, I better get my volume. I swear to God, they better give me my volume, because that was one of the things that really drove me to, okay, I'm immediately pre-ordering right now. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm not the biggest and most hyped for this film, on principle that I wish that the resources they put into this film would have been into the TV anime. And I wish that they didn't do the things that they did in order to accommodate for this film with the TV anime of rearranging arcs and stuff like that. I wish they would have put more time into season 5 with one of the best arcs, the My Villain Academia. I'm gonna be bitter about it. I don't care. This film better hit. This film better slap. It better be fire, or I'm going to be so upset on principle. On principle. Call it what it is, on principle. And just a little more insight on this. Horikoshi drew the cover for the manga volume and some of the contents, including a manga with an original scenario. Other contents include a roundtable interview with past and present editors of the manga, costume and character designs, and an interview with Horikoshi. And I ain't gonna lie, this is something that I've been dying for them to do over here in the West. Like, can we get the goodies that they get over there in Japan? I want the goodies too. I want the special manga booklet. Hands down, if you're a My Hero Academia fan, this should be the ultimate incentive to go watch the film. Just make sure that if you work at the theater that I'm going to, make sure you have a booklet in the back for FORNEV, okay? If you work there, you think maybe FORNEV might come through, save a book in the back for me. I want my book, okay? And I want one for my niece and nephew too that I'm bringing with me. We going deep. We're mobbing deep, you know what I'm saying? Word of Havoc and Prodigy. Yes, people, My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission. Pre-order your tickets now. They're actually available right now. It was like October 1st where they went on sale. Can't freaking wait. Hopefully it's really good. It better live up to a lot. I've heard some good reviews. I've heard some bad, but I've heard some good. I want it to live up. We'll see. Okay, people, next up, just a small little tidbit of something that I saw on the social media interwebs. Somebody was in Times Square in New York City, and they saw next to a Crunchyroll billboard, they were playing Black Clover on a screen in Times Square. I don't know why. For me, I found that to be really dope. I'm sure it was probably just a Crunchyroll commercial of, like, you know, showing all the different anime they got and stuff like that, an advertisement. But just to see Asta and Noelle on a giant screen like that, which I'm pretty sure that this is legit. I don't think that this is Photoshop or anything like that. Amazing. I love seeing it. I love seeing how far anime has come. This is an indication of how far anime has come. You could argue, yeah, Sony bought it. Sony's going to put advertisements behind everything now. It's going to be larger than life. Seeing Asta and Noelle on a screen in Times Square gives me a big kick, and I'm sure Black Clover fans will love to see it as well. It's really, really cool. I mean, yo, fam, like, we got Asta and Noelle above Eyewitness News, ABC 7, and Crunchyroll right next to it. Like, times, man. Times is changing, fam. We did it. We really did it. We pushed and pushed and pushed, and anime has become damn near as normalized as video games now. We did it. Next stop, however, is for here at ForneverWorld headquarters to take it to that next level, baby. We're going to get there one day. We're going to be right next to it. You're going to see Asta, Noelle, and then ForneverNews on there. Mark my words. We're going to make it up there in the most positive light possible, making great change. You watch, you see, we're gonna be there one day, very soon. Okay, people, so I seen this story making rounds, and I wanted to talk about it. A politician is making promises that they probably won't keep, but we'll play around with it. Why not? The new Japanese prime minister is a Kimetsu no Yaiba Demon Slayer fan, oddly enough, the most popular anime breaking records, and promised that he would boost the income for people who work in the manga and anime industry, and I think that that's a load of BS. I'm gonna just keep it 1,000. We see it all the time. Politicians make promises all the time. We see it everywhere, and this is probably no exception. Like, you know, Pokemon go to the polls and votes. They're just catering and pandering to people, and Demon Slayer right now is a craze. It's a phenomenon over there. It's like Pokemon in 99, early 2000s over here in America. That's what Demon Slayer is over there. So yeah, I'm a Demon Slayer fan. I want these people to make more money. Like, I'll believe it when I see it, fam. I'll believe it when I see it, and I don't think we're gonna see it, because I mean, they rarely put out information. Like, we're just now getting information of how bad the anime industry is in the last 10 years. And the anime industry been around since, what, the 60s or some shit? Like, I don't think we're going to see something insane happen with the anime industry because of this guy. But hats off to him. Hopefully he does. You never know, but politicians, fam. Politicians. Moving forward, something that's very heartwarming, something that I had to report on. Like, a couple of people tagged me on this. Shout outs to everybody that tags me on Twitter for anime and manga related news. I love it. I ain't gonna lie, y'all put a smile on my face every time y'all do it. So don't ever think like, oh, why am I doing this? Oh, he doesn't care. I always care. It makes my freaking day to see it. So shout outs to you guys. You know, if you ever want to tag me on Twitter at ForneverWorld, hashtag ForneverNews, I will immediately take a look at whatever it is. But apparently a little kid, because he saw a fire force, was able to save people from a fire. Big stuff. Let's read. Teenage boy prevents fire using what he learned from Fire Force anime. An 18-year-old boy, okay, I thought he was a little bit younger. Still, 18 is very young to do something that brave. I mean, it's brave in general to do something like that. An 18-year-old boy was recently awarded a certificate of appreciation from the Japanese government for preventing a fire. On September 19th, Sakuraga Kawazu was on the way to the convenience store when he noticed the fire at the entrance of a house. The boy immediately called 119. Is that what it is in Japan? It's not 911. And rang a doorbell and knocked on the door to inform a woman in her 70s who lived alone. The woman was about to go to bed. After getting informed, she put the fire out herself. Kawazu said, I had been watching an anime series about firefighters, Fire Force, in action, so I was able to face the situation calmly. The presentation ceremony took place in the central fire station, where the chief, Kanji Yoshihara, said, thanks to the calm and serenity of his actions, we could only come out with flying colors. I would like to express my gratitude for the series of actions undertaken. And in case you don't know about Fire Force, it's about, like, you know, kind of super powered firefighters putting out fires, and these monsters are like on fire. That is so really dope. That's just like awesome, to be honest with you. Like, shout outs to that boy. Like, anime does teach a lot of lessons. Anime has gotten me a lot. Like, I've said this a few different times now, but anime, when I was younger, it kind of gave me the strength I needed to get through situations. When I got older, it gave me the maturity to understand that I had the strength all along. So shout outs to anime. This is really, really, I love seeing stories like this. Like, shout outs to that boy. Like, yeah, Fire Force gave him the bravery, and he deserves all the kudos for that. He just saved a woman's life, an elderly woman at that, so shout outs to him. Okay, people, next up, Fist of the North Star fans. This is calling you. A new Fist of the North Star spin-off series titled Hokuto no Ken Gaiden Tensai Amiiba no Isekai Hao Densetsu by Nishiki Sokura Nato Gohan will start in upcoming Comic Xenon issue number 12 out October 25th. Probably this is going to be like, think maybe, and this is all assumptions because I'm not sure, but maybe like the time I got reincarnated as Yamcha, maybe that's what it's going to be, the time I got reincarnated into the Hokuto no Ken world. Like, yo, imagine you get reincarnated and you just wake up and all of a sudden you're looking at him and he says, "Oh my wa mo shinderu." I die right there. Well, you really will die right there. Holy shit. That sounds interesting. I don't know, an isekai about being isekai'd into the Fist of the North Star world, assuming that that's what that is, because it says isekai and it says the adventures. So maybe, or maybe it's just an adventure of like somebody that was resurrected into that terrible, wasteland of a world or something. I don't know, but that sounds interesting. Either way, more Hokuto no Ken for fans that love the franchise. Next up, a bunch of creators did something really dope to celebrate Baki. The Baki series, I think, is like its 30th anniversary now, and a bunch of creators came out and did fan art. For starters, you got Toriko creator Shimabukuro Mitsutoshi. He illustrated a Baki tribute for its 30th anniversary in the latest Weekly Shonen Champion issue number 44. It looks like Toriko, I'll be honest with you. It looks straight up like maybe a little slimmer version of Toriko there. Then you got Hajime no Ippo creator George Morikawa. His looks a little bit more, okay, it's Ippo serving, is that Ogre? I want to say that's Ogre. Then we got Chainsaw Man creator Tatsuki Fujimoto. Fujimoto, let's see, let's take a look. Wow, look how talented, I know I sound like a fanboy right here, but look how talented Fujimoto is. That doesn't really look like Chainsaw Man art like that. That doesn't. So like his signature art style, that doesn't even really come across right there. Like you could argue maybe it looks similar to like a Denji face to a certain degree, but this just looks radically different from what you got from Chainsaw Man. Shout out to Tatsuki Fujimoto, very, very talented dude. And the info about it says Baki 30th anniversary tribute illustrations by manga artist of Weekly Shonen Champion in issue 44. And among them is Paru Itagaki from Beastars and Watanabe Wataru Yowamushi Pedal. So a bunch of other ones did illustrations as well. Just taking a look, it all looks really dope. Like Baki, big stuff. Who knows? Maybe this might be the year it all wraps up or something. 30th anniversary. Some people eventually do want to put things down, so you never know. But big shout outs to Baki. And quickly, just because we mentioned Chainsaw Man creator Tatsuki Fujimoto's upcoming short story collection 17 through 21 will include the following stories, and it has like a list of stories on there with the cover of the volume. I can't wait to see what that does. It's probably going to do some big numbers similar to Look Back. Okay, people, next up, first of all, I want to shout out at Jose_K on Twitter. He's the person that I get a lot of the top 50 manga sales stuff from and all of that jazz, so shout outs to him. He recently, because he's doing this like every day for the month of October, he put up a chart that showcases the evolution of One Piece volume sales from volume 50 through 100, and just taking a look at it, I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely telling, right? Because for starters, you can see that around the time from post-war during Fishman Island all the way to about maybe Zou, One Piece was at its height, but definitely in Fishman Island, which is mad random, but I think during Fishman Island, in the manga, the anime was on Marineford, so that's probably why Marineford was the big thing that, blew it all up. But once we left Zou, if you look whole cake on, it's been a downward spiral. And you could argue that that's, at that point, One Piece been around for so long or whatever, but just seeing from whole cake on, especially with Wano, it's been going down, 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 baby. No, let me stop that. Inappropriate right now, FNF. Inappropriate. You better stop. But it is telling that maybe Wano, and that's probably why we're finally getting to the climax, maybe Wano has been around for too long. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe some fans just really aren't rocking with it. Don't get me wrong, I'm loving it. If you watch my reviews, go watch my reviews, by the way. I've been doing some really banging reviews on the chapters lately. It's been great stuff, but a lot of the times there's something called, what is it, arc fatigue, where basically, you've been reading something for so long, it's been going for too long that you get tired of it. So maybe that's why sales have been dropping. Then also you got a ton of other series that have recently been blowing up. Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, Tokyo Revengers. It's taking away the limelight from something that's been around for 20 plus years, that new fans, it's very intimidating. 100 volumes? I gotta read 100 volumes to be caught up? A lot of people aren't gonna want to do that. Very interesting chart if you want to take a look. Again, I have it here on the screen. And shout outs to Jose_K. He is very, very awesome. Go check him out on Twitter. A lot of really valuable information on manga and anime. And yeah, I always use him as a source for a lot of different stuff. So shout outs to him. Okay, and last story of the episode. So an account that is starting to like accumulate the sales of the year of different manga, whatnot, recently posted what as of September 26th is the top selling manga series of 2021. There's still a couple of months. A lot of things could change. Demon Slayer is about to start. Well, the readaptation of Mugen Train. And Jujutsu Kaisen got a new volume coming out. Tokyo Revengers is selling like animals every freaking week. So a lot of things could change in the next couple months. But according to this, going from 25 up, I'm just going to, up until about 10, I'm just going to say the series. 25, Honey Lemon Soda. 24, Fire Force. 23, Kimono Jihen. 22, Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 0. And that is separated. It's not a volume thing. That's separated because that was technically a different series altogether, a different IP. It was like the Metropolitan something there. So it's not the same thing. That's why it's called Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 0, but it's really something else entirely. 21, the Quintessential Quintuplets. 20, the Apothecary Diaries. 19, World Trigger. Ooh, okay, that's really dope. 18, Frieren, Sosono Frieren. 17, Mystery Tolu Nakare. 16, Demon Slayer Gaiden. Again, a different IP. It's not Demon Slayer. 15, Record of Ragnarok. 14, Reincarnated as a Slime. 13, Dr. Stone. 12, The Promised Neverland. 11, barely missing out on top 10 so far, Kaiju number 8. Then top 10, and looking at these numbers, it's crazy. Top 10, Haikyuu, which next year I doubt it'll be on this list, but Haikyuu at number 10 with 4,063,000. Number 9, Kingdom, 4,085,000. 8, Spy X Family, 4.1. Another Jump Plus title, I must add. Number 7, Chainsaw Man, and if it didn't end, Chainsaw Man would probably at the very least be number 4, but who knows, but it probably would have been around number 4. Number 6, My Hero Academia with 5.7. Number 5, this is insane to see. Hold on, what? Number 5, One Piece with 6,660,000. Ooh, demonic. Hey, Robin's powers is affecting the numbers. One Piece at number 5. Very, very big testament to the new age that we're entering in terms of manga. Number 4, Attack on Titan. Probably, no, because we got the anime coming in January, so it probably would be back up there. But 7.1 million, number 4, even surpassing One Piece so far. Number 3, Tokyo Revengers, 22.2. 2, Demon Slayer, 28.2. 1, Jujutsu Kaisen, 28.7. Now, things could change. We still got all of October and I believe most of November to record numbers for this, but Jujutsu Kaisen just got a 2.1 million print run for the next volume, like in its initial release, so that's going to bring it immediately to 30 million. Demon Slayer got the anime, you know, doing the Mugen Train stuff, so sales might jump again there. So I don't know what's going to happen, but then at the same time, Tokyo Revengers sales haven't really slowed down. It's selling like 50,000 each volume every freaking week, so it probably won't fluctuate much, but that's crazy that as it stands right now, and 2 months time we'll check back, Jujutsu Kaisen is the king of manga of 2021. Whoa. Just Gege Akutami deserves it. I don't care. But either way, Tokyo Revengers, I am so impressed, and it deserves it as well. Like, this is going to be a fun ride to watch within the next couple months. And yeah, people, those were all the stories we have for today's episode. I'm curious what you guys think. Your thoughts on any of the stories we covered in today's episode. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in, and you guys just watched another episode of FORNEVERNEWS. Have an awesome day.
To find me.